saw a video yesterday which asked the question, is it important to look good on YouTube? And in fact I do think that for a lot of people they can put poorer quality stuff on and get away with it because they're pretty. In particular, I think this is probably more true of women than men. Obviously there is another barrier, which is obviously the age barrier. Now, I also think there's a way around this, which is that you don't actually need to show your face on YouTube. Instead of that, you can put a bag over your head or a box over your head. But I'm speaking metaphorically, because not only can you put a bag over your head or a box over your head, what you can actually do is you can do things like animations, and you can do sort of reportage stuff, you can do slideshows, which are probably not that brilliant, and things like that. You don't actually need to show your face, and in fact, in a way, one of the things that is a little bit disturbing about YouTube is the fact that you have a lot of talking head videos, and a lot of those are very good because they're face to face, but also a lot of them are, well, they look rather samey and they're not particularly visually very interesting. Of course they don't need to be, but you can do visually interesting things. So basically the thing is that you can do various things instead of appearing face to face and therefore being able to exploit your good looking nature on YouTube. You can also do things that are just not important, that mean that your appearance is superseded. If you're good at drawing, for example, if you're good at animation, if you have a lot of good ideas about other stuff and you're original, and of course you would have to be original on the whole to do this sort of thing, then you can avoid people looking at you and saying you're the ugliest person I've ever seen and all that sort of stuff. On the other side, you know, avoid the sexual objectification that sometimes occurs on here as well. So you can be more creative, and in fact you can use your apparent problem of being perceived as ugly and not appearing on YouTube and actually using that as a creative process. The situation is that you can not only avoid it, but you can actually make it a positive thing to avoid appearing on YouTube in person, avoid people looking at your face and so forth, and therefore I don't think it's actually necessarily that much of a problem. It's more of a stimulus to creativity. I want to say a couple of other things. One is that you can actually use your ugliness as an asset if you're ugly enough. There's this bald fat bloke on YouTube somewhere and he dances to things and everybody loves him. And that reason for that is because he is absolutely joyful about dancing and so forth, and he doesn't care what people think, and because of that his inner beauty, as it were, shines through, and that is fantastic. So you can do that as well. And the final thing I wanted to say was, if you are really good looking on YouTube, how do you know that people are listening to you? How do you know that people aren't just looking at the pretty person and not actually listening to what you say? So maybe you want them to listen to what you say rather than look at you.